Hi, I'm Natasha, and right now I am at the Dave & Buster's in Alpharetta. Friday afternoon. It's actually quite early in the day because the fight's taking place in Saudi Arabia. So I showed up. The parking lot is pretty empty. Not so great for them, pretty good for me. And just gonna head in now, get my seat, get some food to eat, watch the fight, and play some games. So let's see how it is. I ordered the half rack of ribs, so I figured I could come, I can get something to eat, I can watch the fight, and then in between like the fights and whatnot, I can play games and stuff. Because usually when I'm at home, like I'll watch it and just kick it, but it was just me that was interested in the fight, no one else. So I figured you could pay 20 bucks just to watch the fight. You're still gonna want something to eat, and then I'd have to make something, so you're looking at like 60, 65 bucks minimum. Whereas I could come out, I could get good food, I can kick it, I can relax, I can eat. In between the fights, I can play games and whatnot, so it seemed like a pretty good bargain. So this is my second time being at Dave & Buster's, but my first time actually eating, so let's see how the food is. So far it's pretty good, nice and smoky. The food actually came out pretty quickly. Some of that might be the time of day that I'm visiting. It's not very busy, it's just me and a few other people. The slaw, I think it's like a pineapple slaw. Nice and fresh. Could use maybe a little bit more flavoring, so I think I put a little bit of salt on it. So with just a little bit of salt, the slaw is actually quite fine, which is okay because I sometimes don't like when you go out and you order food and it's overly salty. So I think it's always better if they give it to you and it's like a little bit under seasoned and it's enough to just add a little bit of salt to it. So that's actually quite fine. The ribs that I tried, they're nice and tender. The sauce is pretty good as well. It's like, you know, like the typical barbecue sauce. But the meat itself is quite good. The fries, the way that I gauge fries is if I have to have it with ketchup, then the fries aren't good. They should be like just seasoned enough and whatnot where you can eat it plain like that and it's good. These are nice and crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside, soft and fluffy on the inside, good amount of salt. So far so good. The fries are actually really good. Cooked perfectly, just the right amount of salt. You don't have to add anything to them at all. The ribs are cooked well. The meat is nice and tender, but not like mushy. The sauce, I think the sauce is like pretty standard. It's not bad, but it's like, to me, I feel like it needed a little kick or a little something to it. I think like if the sauce had a little something extra to it, it'd be like perfect. Everything else on the plate is really good. Just the sauce of the ribs is like, it just tastes like it's lacking something. Like I needed either like a little kick of heat or, you know, maybe like a little bit of tang to it, some kind of citrus or acid in there, just something to kind of jazz it up and make it where it tastes like your typical barbecue sauce, like something you would get out of a jar. But it's like, it's got a nice smoky flavor to it in combination with the ribs, but it's just like, you taste it, it's fine, it's not bad or anything like that, it just feels like it needed a little something extra. So I would imagine like maybe coming here on a Saturday might be a different experience, but I could see coming here like, you know, grabbing something to eat, watching, you know, a boxing match or something like that, or watching a game or whatever it is. It's cool. You got the bar, you got like booths and tables where you can sit if you're ordering food. Actually a pretty cool setup. I'm not much of a drinker or anything like that, so I've never really been to a bar or anything like that. Now I will say, from watching sitcoms, I've always and like if you think back to like Martin with Nipsey's, whatever the bar was on How I Met Your Mother, where like they would typically have like what's known as like third place, you know, where it's like aside from work, home, the third place where you spend a lot of your time. And I always thought that it was really cool to have, you know, a spot that you can go to, be it after work or just to hang out on the weekend and maybe grab some, you know, some appetizers, some potato skins, some wings or something like that, maybe play some games. So it's like coming to some place like this is actually pretty cool. And it's like, I just like places like this, like on a Saturday where you can go, you can hang out for a few hours, you I could see like coming back here and like hanging out. Maybe not just to play games, but like if there's some kind of sporting event that I want to watch, I could certainly see, coming here to watch it on the big screen. You imagine like there's sometimes on a Sunday there might be multiple games that you want to watch, or even just like with this here. Granted, I'm here and it's not a lot of people, so they have the section closed off, but they have like huge TV screens. So it's like, while I typically watch at home and that TV is like 65 inches or something like that, we have a media room. Here, it's like a whole wall. If you think of like a projector-sized screen that you can watch your sporting event on. So it's like you come out, you get to see it on a really nice big screen. The only downside I would say is, and I noticed this while watching the the Day of Reckoning fight, where when you're watching a boxing match, you'd be surprised just how much the commentary adds to the experience. So when I went to the Joshua Franklin fight last year, it was my first time attending a boxing event, and it was extremely quiet during the fights, aside from like when they would have exchanges. Aside from that, it was dead silent, and you couldn't hear any of the commentary that you're used to hearing when you're at home. When I feel like I was able to hear the commentary when I went to the Spence Crawford fight last year, but part of that might be that I'm remembering it wrong, and it was just that there were a lot of people in the venue. But here, with no one here, there's like music playing, and you can hear like some of the sound effects from the games, but you can't actually hear the commentary from the boxing. It's something that you don't really consider, what the commentary adds to the experience of boxing, because when they get excited, you get excited. They comment on the punches being landed, and then not just that. At the boxing match, the flip side of it is that, never mind that I was sitting several rows back from the ring, I could still hear those punches landing. Like, you could hear the leather on flesh. But not being able to hear, so that still had some impact, but not being able to hear anything at all, it took away from the experience. So we'll see how it is here. Casinos for adults, which I don't really dig casinos because I don't like losing money, but I can deal with this. This is pretty cool. Fight's about to start. Going on the screen. Ngannou getting ready to get into the ring. I've been here so long that I ate lunch. I'm about to eat dinner again. Nice little salad. So, perfect little setup. Got my salad going on. And got the fight on the telly. So, let's get into it, see how this tastes. Honestly, if Ngannou was fighting anyone else, I would probably be rooting for him at this point, just because, I like the way he carries himself. Here comes my guy. But anybody going against AJ, I'm rooting for AJ to win. So let's get into this and see how it tastes. So seeing as I got the ribs earlier, I didn't want a burger or anything like that because I had a chicken sandwich yesterday and I didn't want to overdo it with the calories. Not that I'm on a diet or anything like that, but I just try not to overdo it. The burgers and whatnot, some of them were 2,000 calories and I felt like it'd just be too much in one day. So I decided to go with something a little bit lighter for dinner. It actually tastes really good. Has a nice vinaigrette on it. The vegetables are fresh. I like the crunch of the pecans. Steak is nice and tender. And I generally don't really eat much in the way of red meat, but I've been finding that I really enjoy steak in my salad.
National Event Center, the General Entertainment Authority, All-Star Promotions, Gimmick and Zilla.
It's nice, fresh, light, so I can eat this. It's going to fill me up, but I don't have to worry about going home and having like my stomach filled, having like indigestion because like my meal is too heavy. Usually, you get a salad like this, it'll be a thicker salad with dressing like a ranch or a blue cheese or something like that, but instead it's a vinaigrette, so it's a bit lighter. There's like a little tang, a little bit of acid. Let's get into this fight. I like how hard Ngannou reps for Africa. Like everything you see him in, it's like African. Like he wears his traditional clothes. You see him with like little emblems and whatnot. So I dig that. But my God, Anthony Joshua, white trunks with the old school Anthony Joshua logo. I like that. Joshua. Let's go. Like now, earlier. Down. My God. Get back up. Come in, boy. It's your house, AJ. Down again. Get up. Down. Out. Out. Out cold. There you go. Back to MMA. There you go.
Right, of course, when I have to do my job this way.
My God. There we go. He's down. The savior of boxing. Is he up? Second round, boy. Jeez. Down, boy. That's it. Round 2. Oh, he's still down. Uh-oh. The savior of boxing, boy. So, just finished up my day. Well, my afternoon really at Dave & Buster's. I got here sometime after 2, like a little bit before 3. and it's now a little bit after 8. Had a great day. I had lunch here, played some games, watched the fights, ate some more, played some more games, and now about to head home. I would definitely come back again. I like this location. Granted, it's a Friday. I don't know how it would be on a Saturday, like I said, but I enjoyed this location. It wasn't like overrun with people. The service was really good and was able to get food quite easily. But if it's like this all the time, I could certainly see coming back here. And I could see coming here. The only concern would be that it's actually quite a distance from where I live. But I could definitely see coming here to hang out, like, you know, on a Saturday afternoon, or I'm off some days during the week, even coming like during the week or whatever. Granted that it's a bit of a trek, I think it would have to be that there's something on that I really want to see. Like, I think it would make, at least for me, most sense for a pay-per-view fight, just because it's quite a distance for me. But it was a cool experience, and I would definitely come again.
Thanks for tuning in. To ensure you don't miss any episodes, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, go ahead and click that thumbs up button if you like what you saw, and go ahead and share it on social media.